Coming up, we join Tima as they host a medical outreach in Laos. And Tzu Chi in Taiwan is collecting secondhand clothing to send to Sierra Leone. Welcome to Dot Headlines. I'm Marilee Shioda. Thank you for joining us. Tzu Chi held its first medical outreach in Laos this year. Upon learning that there was going to be free medical services, many of the residents came early in the morning to wait for the event to begin. Since most of the residents in Pak Song are farmers, they suffer from back pain from the labor work. Therefore, many people visited the traditional Chinese medicine department of the free clinic to seek treatment.
Eight-year-old Nulun was born with a cleft palate. Her mother wants to take her to undergo surgery, but she has to raise 13 children at home. Knowing that Tzu Chi is going to hold a free clinic, she hopes she can find hope for her daughter.
Before, she didn't want to go to school because she had been laughed at by her friends. Now, since she has received treatment for her cleft palate, we have to encourage her to go to school.
This 76-year-old grandmother has difficulty lying down because she feels pain in many parts of her body. Over the past 10 years, she has been seeking medical help and taking medications, but her health condition doesn't improve. On this day, she wants to try traditional Chinese medicine treatment.
She could hardly put pressure on her legs, but after she received treatment from us, she could straighten her legs and took big steps while walking away. This is a very great encouragement to us.
More than a year ago, this 24-year-old medical volunteer began to help out along with her father at the free clinic of Tzu Chi Thailand chapter. This time, she and her father participated in the overseas free clinic for the first time.
In fact, this is my first time to meet with Tima from other countries, but I feel like we have known each other for more than 10 years because all of them are very kind. Each day we set the same goal, and our ultimate purpose is to cure the patients.
Besides the medical team, the translator volunteers are also busy serving the people in need. This time, some teachers from an overseas Chinese public school, as well as many young people, joined the volunteers to help.
I think serving as a volunteer this time is more important to the patients' lives. As a translation volunteer, if there is something wrong with my translation, or if my translation is different from the meaning that the doctor wants to convey, it will affect the patient's interpretation, so I will work harder.
In addition to immediately alleviating the suffering of residents, the medical team's mission this time also involves providing advice for those who are badly ill. Tima's love for the needy will continue to spread throughout the country.
Continuing our reports on Tima's medical outreach in Laos, as local word of mouth helped spread information of a free clinic in Pak Song Hospital, the two-day event served more than 1,500 people.
These helpless mother's cancer cells have spread to her bones. This father is finding hope for his daughter, who has hemangioma on her thigh and needs urgent treatment. He brings his daughter to visit the free clinic once again because he wants to make sure that even if he has no extra money, her daughter can go to Taiwan to undergo surgery.
There was a case yesterday, and there's another case today. So if it is possible, both of the individuals can go to the Tzu Chi hospital to receive treatment.
The free clinic held by Tima in Pak Song Hospital is a vital opportunity for impoverished people. This woman had a 2-centimeter tumor in her mouth, making it difficult for her to even open her mouth. After receiving surgery, she expresses gratitude to the doctor for solving her problems. Originally, the residents in Laos could not believe there was free medical service, but the information was passed by word of mouth. More than 300 people came on the second day of the free clinic to receive help.
I saw from the clinic room that the waiting line was getting longer and longer. Actually, I feel a bit stressed when providing medical consultations because I hope to help them solve problems as much as possible.
Over the course of 2 days, more than 1,500 patients have received help. Lin Yuyue, the owner of the hotel where the medical team stays, also joined the volunteers to help.
The thing that makes me most happy is to see the patients smile. They seem to have been saved.
This mother, who walked 7 kilometers to see the doctor, does not hurry to go home after receiving help. Instead, she volunteers with her daughter. Besides alleviating health issues for the people in need, volunteers have also inspired many residents' compassion to help other less fortunate people.
On our last report on Tima's medical outreach in Laos, we next meet a 19-year-old patient who received cataract surgery and see how her vision was restored thanks to Tzu Chi's assistance.
Ken, who is 90 years old, always has her head down and sheds tears. It is because her vision became blurred since she was 2 years old. Knowing her worry, on the day of the operation, volunteers come to cheer her up and witness the moment when she can finally see. After a night of rest, she can see more when entering the clinic.
I'm so happy to have the chance to see clearly. I decided to accept the surgery, and whether it was good or bad, I wanted to try it out.
Tzu Chi held a free clinic in Laos and undertakes ophthalmic surgery in provincial hospitals. This time there are 10 patients, including Ken, who receive treatment. It helps reverse Laos people's previous misunderstanding about ophthalmic surgery.
Some of the residents don't want to have the operations. They are afraid that their vision will be worse than before or even becoming blind.
The scenery along the road back home is beautiful. It is the first time for Ken to see it clearly, so she sings happily.
Before the operation, we think that she was quite nervous, often with her head down and nothing to say. But now she can speak and laugh. We as volunteers are very happy seeing this.
Her mother is already waiting in front of the door. The first word to say is to express her gratitude to Tzu Chi.
I never come across free medical services in our village. Because Tzu Chi holds free clinic here, my only daughter can have the chance to do the operation, and hence she is able to see now.
Grateful to see the world again and blessed to see the smiles of this family.
Tzu Chi's construction assessment team recently visited Lamego Elementary School in Mozambique to survey its needs post-Cyclone Idai. In the past, in those parts, the students could only attend Lukasa Elementary School, and some needed to cross a very busy street to do so, which increases the frequency of traffic accidents. Thus, the government built Lamego Elementary to avoid such dangers. While there, the volunteers also witnessed liveliness in the local business and shops and believe people are slowly getting their life back to normal.
This is an ordinary day in Lamego, where the music we hear is from the church and 11th of the atmosphere. People of the town go to church once a week. Paula is the head secretary of a local elementary school. After his home was devastated by Cyclone Idai, he borrowed money from his friends to buy construction materials for building a new concrete house.
After Idai, everyone was sad because of what had taken place. So at the moment I can say I'm recovering.
But some people lost everything in the disaster. so they can only build their homes with sheet metals and look for chances to work.
I found a job at a sugarcane factory. I'm sad because my home is completely destroyed. I haven't walked out of the psychological wound.
From the shopping street in town, we can see the residents have gradually restored their lives.
This is our first time to see the milk powder being sold in such a small bag. One bag costs around US 7 cents, so the milk powder is very precious here.
Children in the town normally go to Lukasa Elementary School, and the government is building toilets for them. But the children who live on the other side of the street must risk their lives in going to school.
The traffic is very heavy on the street because it is the major street here. Children who go to Lukasa Elementary School must cross the street. Many traffic accidents have happened here, so the government has built an elementary school in Lamego.
The Lamigo Elementary School has been built because the kids here had to cross the street to go to the Casa Elementary School. This made their parents quite worried, so this new school has been built.
The principal brought us to a very crude church where she goes to for prayers.
I want to thank the Lord because the Lord saved my life when the disaster struck. However, the church had been badly damaged, so I was worrying about it. Then I saw Tzu Chi. I felt that it was the Lord who sent Tzu Chi here to help us.
My home was destroyed too, but at least I can still sleep at a small corner. I'm worried about the church. When I came to the church after the disaster, I found it had been devastated, so now I don't have any place to dance.
The villagers composed a song for Tzu Chi volunteers. As the villagers are returning to their normal lives, they enjoy it very much.
Sierra Leone in West Africa is suffering an Ebola virus epidemic with heavy rainfall and mudslides over the past 5 years, also affecting many local residents. Recently, Tzu Chi launched a campaign to collect secondhand clothing with about 90,000 pieces collected in Taoyuan. Volunteers will spend 8 days packing the clothes into 2 containers to send to Sierra Leone.
Some pieces of clothing are sponsored by enterprises which are totally new. Volunteers feel very happy to come here. They work together to organize all of these clothes.
This time, we have also encouraged Tzu and young people from the Jingsi Jump Team. They are also very willing to help out, so we have arranged 2 hours in the evening from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. and from Monday through Friday.
We are responsible for organizing the clothes and checking to see whether there is any damage. We will choose better quality clothes to send over there. We also have winter and summer clothes for them to wear. We fold the clothes with our hands and then we will send them to Sierra Leone.
If the residents in Africa feel happy, we also feel happy too. I think every one of us is equal. We should treat each other equally and help each other.
We will send the clothes to the remote areas in Sierra Leone, so we try our best to make good use of them. If they can still be used, we will patch them. Otherwise, we may waste resources as they will become trash.
I have pledged to Dharma Master Zhen Yan for 2 consecutive years. I wanted to join the disaster relief work, but I didn't have any opportunity. Now I seize the chance to actively participate in this event, sending love to other countries.
To help Turkey recover from the earthquake in the summer of 1999, Tzu Chi Foundation began a global campaign for donations. Many of the small shop owners in Taiwan responded in kind, but there was much opposition as well. Let's take a look back at the campaign highlights in today's remembrance of the 20th anniversary of the Turkey earthquake.
Our action is to pick 2 or 3 days, and we head to the streets, to the markets, and ask the public to join us.
I had surgery and was back for 3 weeks ago. I had an opportunity, and the Tzu Chi volunteers asked me if I wanted to join them on the campaign, so I quickly seized the chance to do so.
I wanted to help spread the spirit of empathy for others.
The summer of 1999, Tzu Chi Foundation began a global campaign to help Turkey. Some residents responded right away to the call of action, while others hesitated.
We were at the door, and the homeowner saw us holding a donation box. He said, "We are of different religion, you can't come in." And another household, also a storefront, he said, "We don't want to help those overseas."
Taking action to help Turkey and those suffering, the police should also be taking action to help.
Natural disasters aren't something that can be avoided. We need to reach into our hearts and help those in desperate need.
For example, if every one of our 30,000 workers donated $100, I don't want to set the expectation, but even if we get 1/3 of the employees to donate, then that will still be 1 million. If I am to donate, then I am not able to donate a lot. But if I use douhua, which costs me a few $1,000s, but if I sell it for charity, then I can make more than the few thousand I spend on ingredients. So in a way, I'm treating you to douhua while you donate money.
Our songji sells for $600 one bundle. Why 600? Because 6 is an auspicious number, and also the bundle is symbolic of how we are all in this together, and we should mobilize to help others.
For some, asking for donations from the public was filled with different obstacles.
We were hosting a donation day where our profits from that day will be donated to International Relief Fund. We had a banner hung up which attracted media attention. Someone called us to say we must remove the banner and ask where's Turkey, because we don't have diplomatic relations with Turkey. So why are we sending them our hard-earned money?
I feel in doing things for charity, for volunteer work, there's no such thing as your place in life. Buddha says we're all equals, so no matter who you are, you can participate in this type of event.
Tzu Chi, who was a doctoral candidate back then, ended up joining the staff at Tzu Chi Hospital.
The master says it is better to save another than to save oneself, which is how I felt in response to that.
It's more difficult in this part because you need to humble yourself. But I feel if we don't get any donations, it's okay. At least we were brave enough to do this. If there is heart in the action, the accumulation of 10 NT$ coin is enough.
Li Zhongji, who has since passed away, was 74 at the time when he took to the streets, asking for donations despite the pain in his feet.
I'm just like anyone else, there's no distinction. Those that have the strength do, those that have the money donate. I just hope everyone can join in on this cause. I was happy to hear about this donation event because this way more people can get involved, passing their love towards another.
In 1999, the devastating disaster in Turkey brought about great love in Taiwan, as people have learned the value of giving, helping the less fortunate while counting their own blessings. This year is Hualien Tzu Chi Medical Center's 33rd anniversary ceremony. The theme is remembering the initial aspirations of saving people's lives and rescuing patients who are ill. The medical center pledges to continue its operations to safeguard the health of all people in eastern Taiwan.
This year is Hualien Tzu Chi Medical Center's 33rd anniversary. Happy birthday! The theme this year is to remember the initial aspirations of saving people's lives and rescuing patients who are ill.
The most important thing is to respect the profession, and medical services should be people-oriented and love-oriented.
Tzu Chi Medical Services began in 1972 as Ren'ai Free Clinic. It has been established for 15 years to provide free medical services to impoverished patients. The doctors, pharmacists, and nurses at that time witnessed the development of the hospital and are very gratified.
I remember it was so difficult to establish a hospital and achieve stable operations. We will be very happy to see Tzu Chi become the first one to serve those who are suffering around the world.
Developing from a free clinic into a medical center, the Hualien Tzu Chi Medical Center has trained about 50% of the medical experts in Hualien and Taidong. It is also committed to integrating Chinese and Western medicine and introducing advanced medical equipment to provide better service to patients.
We aim to improve the quality of our services and use love to promote humanitarian culture, developing good affinity with those in Hualien, Taidong, and Yilan, but also the whole world. We want to work together with other missions to spread love from Taiwan throughout the world.
The power of great love leads this medical team and Tzu Chi volunteers to hold on to their initial aspirations throughout 33 years. The hospital has helped many patients to overcome their medical difficulties and has saved countless people's lives.
At the end of the program, we join Taiwanese Tzu-Chings as they head to China's Sichuan and Gansu on a humanitarian exchange for their summer learning. The activities held were both informative as well as interesting. We will leave you with these images. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.